Well, I know I said at the start of these vlogs that I clearly knew that Sean Bean's character was eventually going to get killed, but 5 episodes in? Okay, I'm going to assume that for now Lord Stark is still alive, but the 5th episode of Game of Thrones does end with him getting stabbed in either the hip or the leg. It was difficult to see on the shot, but he was attacked and speared by one of Jaime Lannister's soldiers, because Jaime had essentially declared a fight with Lord Stark because of the fact that his brother Tyrion Lannister was taken captive by Lady Stark. And of course they're now going to the Vale. I'll get to that in a moment, but in the meantime, this all happened right after Lord Stark had learned that Lord Aaron, the former Hand of the King, had been, before he died, essentially hunting down the king's illegitimate sons. Apparently he may have quite a few of them. What the purpose is, I guess we're going to wait and find out eventually. At the same time, Lord Stark had essentially declared he was quitting as the Hand of the King because he was against the king's orders of killing Daenerys Targaryen. Also need to point this out that, yes, I have now discovered that the king's real name is Robert Baratheon. I know I horribly screwed up his name in a lot of these previous vlogs, so I apologize greatly for that. I just keep having to apologize for this. I had a bad time hearing what some of the people were saying during the earlier episodes. I misinterpreted, misheard names and such. And to make matters worse, I made it a point that I was not going to go to any of the wikis or forums or any other online sources to try to verify that, because I wanted to avoid spoilers on the show. I wanted to try to do my best to be able to watch these episodes with as little advanced knowledge as possible, as if I was watching them in first run. So I just hope you could all bear with me as I try to correct my mistakes. I'm sure I'm going to make many more of them. At any rate, King Robert, he obviously claims that the reason Daenerys needs to be killed is because he believes that they're a legitimate threat, since word has gotten out that the Targaryens have enlisted the help of the Dothraki and are trying to make their way back to the Seven Kingdoms of Westeros to take it back. But it's pretty clear that King Robert has still a major vendetta, personally, against the Targaryens, because he really wanted to marry Lord Stark's sister, but she was killed by the Targaryens during the rebellion in which the Baratheons and Robert led in order to try to usurp the throne from the Targaryens. And it's pretty clear now that the one thing I'll say about this episode is we do start to see more of essentially why King Robert is who he is, what he is. Why he is this just, trying to find the words for it, he's just this uncouth, arrogant, abrasive jackass. It is basically because he's for all intents dead inside. Because he loved Lord Stark's sister, he wanted to marry her, he's basically decided he'll never love again. He only married Cersei Lannister, I know that's her name now, at the recommendation of Lord Aaron because of the wealth and power they have in the land. But it's pretty clear he doesn't love her. The feeling's mutual. She prefers her brother. Yeah, I'm still not over that. But they do have a good conversation. They have a good scene in this episode, for what it's worth, where they are talking to each other, mainly about the oncoming threat of the Targaryens. They are apparently, at least in this one episode, able to speak cordially, though it's pretty clear there is no romance or love with them. Meanwhile, so yes, Tyrion Lannister is the prisoner of Lady Stark, and she's taken basically to be judged on by her sister, who fled to their original homeland in the Vale. On the way there, however, there is this thing where first after Tyrion actually denies that he tried to kill Bran, he then actually rescues Lady Stark from this group of brigands that tries to attack them. And I don't know whether or not that's going to influence Lady Stark's opinion on him or not, but it is pretty clear that her family aren't very nice people. At the very least, I think it was said by Tyrion that Lady Stark's sister had gone mad since her husband, Lord Aaron, had been killed. And that's pretty much made clear when we first meet her, and well, she has a son that looks to be almost the same age as Bran, and she still breastfeeds him. Yeah, I don't know if that was actually in George R.R. Martin's books. I've always had the feeling that there's a lot of stuff that this show put in there for the edgy, mature content, and I would not be surprised if that was put in there by the TV producers, and if it was, what the hell, really? But I'm sure we'll get more to Tyrion, because he is basically thrown in jail, so to speak, and the Vale for now. But, okay, sorry. So where are we 5 episodes in? I guess that's the big question to be asked here. Well, we know that the Lannisters are suspected of killing Lord Aaron, and King Robert is essentially in similar danger. No one seems to like the Lannisters. They're rich, opportunistic, clearly only serve themselves, but at the same time, they're clearly being mistreated by the Baratheons. Robert wants to make it perfectly clear that he has no respect for them. He will not forgive them for previously aligning with the Targaryens. He throws it in their face that he rules over them all the time. So you basically almost got 2 warring families, maybe 3 or more. And again, who do you like in this thing? I mean, Tyrion Lannister is not the most virtuous and noble of anybody, but he's come off as one of the most likable because he at least admits he's a prick. He admits he's the black sheep of the family, caring mostly about just hanging out with whores the most of the time. And he doesn't mind what people think about him almost, and I guess that's what I like about him. So I'm just hoping he can find a way to get out of this predicament he has with Lady Stark and her sister. Guess we're gonna find that out next time, huh?